We are living in the age of AI. Which AI is best for you and your task? I tested 5 biggest names to find out: ChatGPT, Claude, or maybe the dark horse from Elon Musk, Grok. Forget the hype. I put these 5 big guys head to head in a battle of AI supremacy. We are talking about real tasks: coding, problem solving, creative writing, and the ultimate task: can they understand the big context? I am breaking their strengths, their weaknesses, and revealing the truth you want to know. Stick around, because in the end of this video you will find out which exact LLM is the best choice for you and no wasting your time and money. So let's get started. And disclaimer, this video is quite long. I compare different types of tasks with all LLMs, including my own thoughts and comparison. Also, it's a live test. I'm doing it without any additional preparation, including my all comments and so on. So if you want to skip some parts, you can easily navigate using timelines in the description and see the topic only you want and you're interesting. So for the first test, I actually want to ask LLM about evaluation points. We use the following script. I want to test all popular LLMs, how they are suitable for day-to-day tasks, and decide which one is the best for me. Please create a list of best suitable evaluation criteria for this task. Then we passed this prompt for all LLMs we want to test. ChatGPT, we use deep search here. Gemini, we also use thinking DeepSeek, and Grok with deep search, and wait for results. So after comparing all of these results, I've created my own evaluation table. First of all, we have this first task. First place Grok, second Gemini, and the third one DeepSeek. Next, we want to test creative tasks, deep research, reasoning and problem solving, coding, multimodality, context understanding, strong long-term context, how well they can handle it, data analysis, image generation, if applicable, prompt generation for other LLMs like image generators and so on, censorship, and subscription cost. So let's go to the next task. Now let's look for evaluation criteria produced by Claude. It's created quite big list, 8 criteria, and I think it's pretty accurate. Reasoning ability, test versatility, conversation skill, knowledge boundary, practical consideration, user experience. Some of them are redundant because we're testing the best ones, but I would actually take some notes while creating a table for evaluation. Now let's see ChatGPT. Interesting. It's just us the questions. What do you want to compare? Instead of giving, I asked him create best suitable criteria, and we want to compare speed, accuracy, reasoning, creativity of all of them. And it's not what actually I wanted. I wanted to have a complete list of the best criteria of his choice. So let's go for Gemini. It has also reasoning process and core functionality, task performance, accuracy testing mode. Yeah, it's give also an example, which example we can use. It's even better than Claude because it's giving you evaluation criteria and also testing methods. Let's go to DeepSeek. Yes, practically for daily tasks, writing assistance, scheduling, planning, coding. It's also great for problems to compare. And in the end is Grok. I think Grok produces the best possible accuracy, readability, context understanding, evaluation technology, series of related questions, planning trips, as good as Gemini, and also it's created table. My thoughts about it: for first place I would give Grok, for the second Gemini, the third Claude, and the third DeepSeek. We will do like three place. So the first will be in this test Grok, the second one will be Gemini, and the third DeepSeek, and I'll put in the table. So for the next task we want to test creativity. It will be done with 2 ways. The first one, we want to ask him to create some original alternatives for use for a form. For the second one, we will ask him to write some text. So let's pass for all LLMs. Here we can use Gemini, DeepSeek, and wait for result. Hairstyle tool, jewelry, hanger, smartphone stand. Yeah, I like creativity for Claude. Let's go for ChatGPT. Paint, splatter, effects, fancy weapon, interesting. Intergarden Reiki. Actually, it's more similar. It's one garden Reiki. It looks like they using the same source of data. Actually, I like this temporary braille writing tool. Emergency battle small object. What is this? It's funny. DeepSeek, lock picking tool, DIY fonting. Oh, survival fishing gig. Kinda interesting. Wind champ element. Miniature catapult. Yeah, it's funny. Hair accessory holder, seed planting tool, paint splatter tool, cable organizer, marshmallow roaster, DIY jewelry. Actually, guys, it's very hard choice to evaluate it for first 3 plays. In this case, I would say all of them are great in this task, and I will give 3 points for all of them actually for this task. And let's move to the next task and ask it to write hooks for YouTube video. Pass the next prompt: generate 3 viral hooks for YouTube video about a new SpaceX discovery in a space travel, and see the results. Hooks: SpaceX breakthrough changes everything about space travel. What's NASA won't tell about space discovery. Tech makes Mars colonization possible. SpaceX just changed space travel forever. You won't believe you. Elon Musk boldest movie yet. Actually, I don't like this one because it's quite cheesy. It's not my cup of tea. Let's go to Gemini. It's quite weird. SpaceX Mars in months, not years. SpaceX, we are finally not alone. I thought maybe it's more about tech or new spacecrafts. Let's go DeepSeek. SpaceX found what's pretty similar. What's in space? Very hard evaluation too. I think the first place will be for Claude. The second space I like about LLM things, DeepSeek, and the third one, everything just discover. And the third place I would give for Grok. It's my opinion. If you have your own, you can write your comments below. For the next test, I want to go with image generation and image description. Not all of LLMs can generate images, that's why we combine this test in 2 parts. So first of all, I go to Midjourney and pick some nice image to generate. I need prompt. Let's copy this prompt from here. I will not modify it, I just pass it. Claude cannot generate images, DALL-E can, we can pass here. Gemini doesn't, DeepSeek, no, Grok can, so pass the same here, but just and wait for result. So with DALL-E, it's so funny. It's one big cat, a group of tiny kittens chasing cats. Could be similar here. In this case, this one is actually pretty similar to an original from Midjourney. Here we have like big kids, but maybe actually I like them both. Quality of DALL-E is higher, but I think we can upscale or we not. Actually, it looks like we cannot upscale inside Grok. Okay, the first place will go for DALL-E and the second place will go for Grok. The second test will go, we want to describe our images. I don't know, let's go with maybe more difficult one. Let's try to describe this castle. Just save image, please. Describe the following image. Let's go here, let's go back ChatGPT. Yeah, let's go with Claude. But one with 5 visible levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, exactly. Amazing. This one is 10 out of 10. So let's go to ChatGPT. Which feature traditional Japanese Pokemon? There is no orange spear. Actually, there is no orange here. It's incorrect. Okay, let's go with Gemini. Water color pen Japan. Aha! It's Japanese style. It's actually a Japanese style, and here is Japanese style too. Japanese pagoda description. Japanese or Chinese landscape. Okay, it's less precise. 5 level, pink, gray, and black, and white. Cherry blossom, trees, water landscape, small buildings. DeepSeek still loading. I got it. DeepSeek cannot describe images. And let's go with Grok. Yes, it's good, but it's less descriptive than Gemini. In this case, I'll go Claude first, Gemini second, and Grok the third place. ChatGPT made a mistake with colors, and DeepSeek doesn't work with pictures. So let's go to another fun part. We want to ask each LLM to criticize something and someone. For US-based LLM, I want to criticize, let's criticize the CEO on this format. Please criticize CEO and why he must go to jail, and give for each one the same prompt. With DeepSeek, we go further. We will ask to criticize current China party leader. And here, of course, we want to criticize Elon Musk.
Musk. So, and let's wait for response. I think it will be funny. Yeah, it's very strict. It's more interesting. Lack of transparency, promise to be non-profit and open source. Monopolization of AI, legal regulatory issue. Yeah, great. And for this one, I also want to regenerate input with all three mini. And maybe you search for Gemini. Let's see. Common critics about head of CEO, monopolistic practices, market dominance, that privacy concerns, leadership, labor, all of them speaking about crime and court, but at least they're giving some critics about it. Interesting. With all three mini, we have very strict answers. We don't have can help us that. It's worse. It's even worse than this one. Okay, it's strict too. What about Elon Musk? He's got commonly raised concern about his actions and behavior. Critics huge has crossed ethical and legal lines. However, I think I don't have authority. Yeah, of course. Oh, it's pretty big. It's pretty big report. He must go to jail. Musk understands his wealth and profitable. Law market manipulation. Yeah. Okay, great. So for this first place, I actually give Super Grok, then Gemini, then GPT-4o.
First, let's look on intermediate results. We have it here, and we also have this remaining test we want to perform. Let's go to deep search task. It's quite interesting task because it requires a lot of information handling and finding the best solution. For this, I will use the following prompt. I need you to find the best coding schools for my kids. It must be online and provided courses about how to code own games for kids 6-12 years. So let's see how they handle this task. For ChatGPT, we will use their new deep search function. For Gemini, we use this. DeepSeek uses R1, and Grok has their deep search function. Top online coding school for kids age with development focus. It's very fast, but I don't know actually about quality of the output because we will compare it with other LLMs. ChatGPT asking us questions. You have preferred specific programming language, Scratch, Python, Roblox. Yeah, it's great. It's great that it's asking some questions because it can specify what you really need. Okay, Gemini, thinker.com, focus game design, animation, storytelling, age range starting 5-10, game building, learning style, platform used, Microsoft coding, Roblox. They actually don't have, or maybe have, Scratch here, game development. Scratch MIT. Okay, great. A lot of option. How to choose the best. Learning style, budget, code.org, then explore Scratch. Make your own recommendations here. Okay, what about DeepSeek? Pros and cons, great. Code.kids, great. Learn. It's also very fast response. It's about Elon Musk. It's about Grok. Key points after related, course details, experience details, survey notes, methodology. Okay, age group, course for game development using Scratch, certification, Coda Kid. Okay, it's breaking down with very nice format. Actually, they're giving almost the same result but with different level of explanation, like it's telling you the price, pros and cons. Actually, I like this pros and cons. I like DeepSeek research, like one thinker, the key is the same. That's quite fast. Gemini, huge output. Yeah, ChatGPT is very slow in this case. Actually, let's say it would be ChatGPT will give her. I will go with this 3 at least, with this 3. I like this one, small and more readable format. As well as this one, plus it has less information. And Gemini has very good explanatory focus, age range, game development, emphasis, learning style. Yeah, I would go first Gemini, second Grok, and third DeepSeek in this place, and I show how long it was for OpenAI to produce the same result. Okay, let's see actually the output from ChatGPT. It spent 5 minutes. It's very long, I think, for this, but it provided a very good output with links on resources. It analyzed pricing, course structure, engaging lessons, and so on for very good platforms for coding. But I think the time of response is too long for me. That's why I moved it with the same place with Grok, and it has 2 points
And we move to the next task. The next task will be about coding. It will be quite fun. For ChatGPT, we will use O-mini 3 high because it's great at coding and logic. For Claude, the same 3.7. The task will be simple, but will show actually model understands standards performance of the code. Write C++ for loop without any additional data. Let's check. Here's basic for loop. And okay. The catch here is in this part. It's in C++. It's very important of memory management. This type of increments is wrong because it could cause out of memory. So the correct way is to use these operators before I. Let's see, like this. I increment I by 1 at the edge of this iteration. That's true. This one is correct. It's provided a lot of redundant code actually. I don't know why, but it has the same. I'm asked only one loop, but it has the same mistake. And even here the same mistake. Let's ask them to fix this, and let's see which one is best. Let's see. And now it's what not I'm asked using iterator for. Actually, it's fixed this part, but did not describe. Pre-increment. Yes. No, it did not understand what I'm asked about. DeepSeek is still thinking. Let's see. Yes, pre-increment primitive types. Great. And Grok is the same mistake. Okay, for first place, actually, is ChatGPT 03 mini. It's understand from the first time. The second place would be, I don't know, between DeepSeek and, yes, let's make more examples. Let's say it will be Claude, ChatGPT, Claude, and DeepSeek. Gemini and Grok is not for coding here.
So let's move on. The next test is about reasoning and problem solving. The first one is the reasoning test. And in the end of this test, after reasoning, LLM should find who was a criminal. The first one is Grok. The assumptions, test hypothesis, result. True stellar Charlie, liars Alice is Bob. This satisfies the condition unsuspect Charlie is telling the truth and Alice and Bob is lying. Okay, we need answer. Alice stole the necklace. Yes, it's really true. Alice is a thief, so Super Grok good at reasoning. Let's go with GPT. Actually, it did less out, but the output is a safe, right? DeepSeek is very long. Actually, what I like here, that's in this case ChatGPT produce output very fast without this long observation and thinking. DeepSeek is very long here. Gemini, final answer is Alice. It's true. This is more information. And Claude, the first recognized information. Alice stole the necklace. Yes, it's true. Okay, all of them are good. And the fastest one was 03 mini. Actually, the longest and more cryptic output was Grok. And for DeepSeek, we're still thinking. Oh my gosh. It's so long. Let's put our scores. Okay, I give 3 points, all of them. Now let's test for all three, and wait for DeepSeek. For this time, we test another model. Just click here. Bob is true teller. Alice is thief. Charlie is lying. Yeah, the same good result. I will give for reasoning 3 points. Actually, why it's so long? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's prepare the second task, but we're waiting. Problem solving. I won't have another scenario. You're planning a 3-day trip with a budget of $500. You need to arrange transportation, accommodations, and so on and so forth with a list of prices and items like hotel, food, restaurant. And the question is, create a detailed plan for 3 days. Specify your choice for transportation, accommodation, food for the activities for the day, then calculate the total cost of your plan. Verify is $500. DeepSeek is still doing some. I'm interesting. I just want to wait how really long this process could be, but it seems it's struggling with this reasoning because it's using so long. Answer: Alice stole the necklace. Right, Alice stole the necklace, but it's so long. In this case, it will have 2 points out of 3. Okay, and we put the second task for him. I hope it will be faster in this case. Okay, total cost of calculation, detailed plan, transportation, $100, hotel, 3 for 3 nights,
food. They want street food. Interesting. We want to eat street food for $15. Activities, park free. Concert $50, park free. Transportation, accommodations 300. Food 3 days. Activities 050. Yes, 350. Yeah, 95 is the plan consumption. Yeah, great. I think planning budget as close as possible to the whole amount is very good, because we have more things to do, and I think it's more interesting for this. Train costs 100, hostel 3 nights, cost per night 115, food on each day 15, okay. 45, visit the museum, cost 20, enjoy park for free, visit the museum again, okay, $20. Transportation 45, we have left $165, which we can use for better trip, I think. Gemini, okay. Activities, food, day trip plan, transportation, flight 200, accommodation, hostel, it's even better. This one is even better. Okay, for Claude, wow, it's great. It's a very good, actually, calculation. Train, accommodation, hostel, restaurant, museum, park, 3 visits, concert, 1 visit, $100. Do not use $100 here. It's something weird with 4O. Actually, it doesn't work. Total cost sections. Okay, let's put our course for ChatGPT 4O. It's 0. Here is 3. For Grok, it was very close. Not for this is 2, because it was not very close. 3 Sonnet, actually 1, 2 Gemini, 3. I'm comparing how close the budget is to the whole amount. For DeepSeek, still so long, but we have an output. Street food, restaurants, okay, museum, concert, park. It's very interesting. Like, great. Transportation, accommodation, food. It's more diverse. I think it would be 3 points. Maybe 3 points.
For the next test about data analysis, we will use the following benchmark. This benchmark comparing actually all LLMs we are testing now, but how you can see, the result can be different. I want to pass this image to all LLMs and ask to summarize them and make some conclusions. First of all, it shows how it can analyze data from images. So we use this following prompt. Take the following image and analyze it. Write main points and conclusions. Again, problem. Okay, it was so long to download, to upload the image. Let's wait for results. ChatGPT already. Main points. Claude excel in key areas. It was highest performance, critical of AI, usability, 93.2, right? Performing Q&A, 86.1 is correct, so on and so forth. Conclusions. Claude Sonnet is one of the strongest AI models overall, excelling in instructions following reasoning. OpenAI, high strongest competitive proximity massive reasoning. Yeah, great. Let's go with main points here. Sonnet thinking, Claude Sonnet, no extended thinking, the same model without extended thinking. Okay, let's compare all benchmark categories, performance and highlights, performance. It's more detailed, it has more detailed output than ChatGPT, additional observations. Interesting, actually, in conclusions. Extended thinking, both performance. Claude with extended thinking, significant output, non-extended versions. Mass specializations, OpenAI 3 mini, DeepSeek, Grok beta. Again, according to Claude, model versions, yes. Multilingual, OpenAI, O3, DeepSeek, and Grok dominate mass relating benchmarks. True. It's true. It's quite poor analysis, actually. It's not comparing different ones. Okay, what's about Gemini? It only talks about Claude. It's interesting. Models comparison, key performance area. You can make your own opinion on decision. For me, first place Grok, because of his extended analysis. Second one is ChatGPT. And the third one, actually, I don't know who will be the third one. And the third one will be Claude and Gemini. But both will have. Let's do like this in this case. And finally, the last task. We want to understand a context window of following LLMs, because it's important how much information they can store in their memory simultaneously and have access to it. It's not feasible to test it because all of them have great capabilities to search through this memory and give you an answer. But the main idea is to understand which one is the best one, is the biggest one. For this, we will use Perplexity. It's AI-based search service. It searches the internet, the documentation, websites, and compare this and give you an answer for your questions. So we ask what the context window of the following LLMs: ChatGPT 4o, ChatGPT o3 mini, Claude Sonnet 3.7, Gemini 2.0, Grok 3 and DeepSeek, and ask him to make a table to compare it. So let's see the result for all interesting parts. I know I can. ChatGPT 4o, 128,000 tokens. It's the smallest one actually. Yes, it's true. Claude 200, Gemini 1 million. It's also true, and Grok it's also true for this one. So the only thing we need is to figure out what is DeepSeek context window. Actually, let's try to ask himself. Let's go to DeepSeek and ask him. Maybe he knows, even if it's not mentioned anywhere. Sometimes they can have. Okay, let's try search. Okay, 128,000 tokens, the same as ChatGPT. In this case, first place is Grok and Gemini, the second place is Claude, and the third place will be ChatGPT 3 mini. So now look at final results. Here, after calculating all points, we have winners. The first place is Grok with 27 points. The second place is Gemini with 23 points. And the third place is Claude Sonnet with 18 points. Thank you guys for watching to this point. I hope you understand which LLM is the best for you, not only on evaluation points we have, but about your own feeling, and see the result and compare and understand which one is better for you, which one is more suitable, and which one you like more. For me, my choice is Grok for daily tasks and some data analysis, Sonnet 3.7 for coding, but I don't use it directly, I use it via some apps like Cursor or Windsurf, and OpenAI and some additional tools to compare with Grok. For output, for creativity, I use both three, but directly only Grok and ChatGPT. And how I say Claude 3.7 I use indirectly for coding. I hope you like this video. See you in the next one.